official now that Harvey Weinstein is facing rape charges. He was taken away in cuffs today, and Rose McGowan is the woman who started it all, along with her sisters in arms, in an explosive article in the New York Times, and then to Ronan Farrow in the New Yorker. Can I ask you, what do you want to see happen to him? He could face up to 25 years in prison. What do you want to see happen to him?
I don't ever want to see him again. I think the world could use that face being gone, couldn't we all?
What do you feel when you do see that face? Like, does that bring up any fear for you? What does it bring up for you?
That man touched me. Yesterday morning, I turned on the TV, just waking up like people do, and there's his face. And I scrambled. This was before the news broke. So I'm scrambling to turn it off. This is constant. I was in an airport, and there's a huge screen with his face on it, and I'm on the People Mover, and he's walking on the screen being filmed while it's this constant shadow. You know, I would turn on the TV, and there would be Gwyneth Paltrow giving him a humanitarian award. It was my life. It was never, he was the dominant figure, and sometimes I feel like we're kind of attached in this weird death match until one of us dies.
I read that you said something like he'll be mentioned in your obituary. Mm-hmm. Can you be set free from him?
You know, predators eat people, and he ate a lot of my life, and I want my life back, and I'm living a really great big life now. And I lived a good one behind the scenes, but because he paid off so many people in the media to slander me and so many others, I was his #1 target for 20 years, really stepped up in the last 2 years with his crisis counselors and managers and PR people. I want to be free. I want to be free. I feel like I have about 3 years of hardcore public service, and then I just want to do me and my art. Yeah.
I can see it in you. Just when you came out with the book tour and so on, you know, it felt like PTSD to me. Like you were still in it. You were still so much in it. And my own feeling is it's going to take years to reemerge out of that. I think all the women I know who have taken this brave step to come forward and put themselves on the record and in the public eye with it, the people don't know what it does to a woman, especially when there's as much scrutiny as you've had, and Mossad agents following you, and the torture he put you through. Has there been like
my
a
book
best
agent
friend?
was working with him behind the scenes. My book agent on Brave was doing a double deal and working with him behind the scenes without my knowing.
And wasn't there another agent who was basically telling you to suck it up all along?
Yes.
I know you had mentioned some other female agent. I mean, the number of enablers and people who actively worked against your well-being.
Women are very guilty in this. Women are very guilty in this. It has no gender, the guilt and the complicity. But, you know, I think, I will say this, since the news broke, even though his face is everywhere, I haven't had a single nightmare.
Wow.
For the first time.
Wow. I have to ask you about the hair, right? Because when you were in Charmed, it was like the Hollywood
the blow dry with the 3 twirls?
Yeah. But so she writes in her book, Brave, this is a great line. She says, I broke up with the Hollywood ideal, the one I had a part in playing, the ideal version of woman that is sold to you by every actress and every hair commercial telling you, this is the secret to being beguiling, the secret to getting a man to want you. Long, glossy, Kardashian-esque hair that says, F me, big boy. As if that's all we are and all we can be. Hair. Hair is what I broke up with.
Yeah.
Very powerful. I understand. The first thing I thought when I heard that was, after I asked Trump that debate question, he started attacking me. I had the long hair, and I cut it. I cut it super short. And I said privately to those around me, I feel like I went from F me hair to F you hair.
Yes.
And there's something empowering about it. What does it mean to you? What message do you think the short hair sends?
I think it puts me in this space that kind of is neither masculine or feminine. And so what I noticed when I shaved my head, which was really breaking up with Hollywood and cutting a cord, because when I was discovered in Hollywood, I was told by a female agent that I needed to have long hair, otherwise the men in Hollywood wouldn't want to F me. If they didn't want to F me, they wouldn't hire me. And she was not wrong. So I grew my hair out. And it always was like this advertisement, this thing. And I really noticed nobody could hear the words coming out of my mouth. And I don't know about you, but when I cut it, I wanted to see if I could make it so other women could be heard and listened to without having to cut their hair. That if we could be recognized for being human, that men then could also see their humanity.
If you could hear me instead of just look at me.
Correct.
Listen to me.
It's like that, can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Sometimes you're like, but we've been saying this all along, and I know some people are like, is there Me Too fatigue or something like that? I'm like, well, we've been saying it for so long, we're exhausted. We've been saying it, I don't know, since the dawn of written word.
I have to tell you, I have zero tolerance for that discussion about Me Too fatigue.
It's so
It's
boring.
like the empathy that is going out to the men who have been swept up in this movement. Yeah. Could you just give a minute's thought to what their behavior has done to the women that they have come after, done to their careers, done to their mental well-being, women forced out of industries in which they had immense talent and unlimited potential, but because a powerful man who was considered indispensable labeled them a troublemaker or quietly put an imprint on them that was false and negative, their lives were ruined.
Their lives were ruined. Our lives were ruined. I was lucky because I had never loved acting. I just happened to be good at it. It was my day job. But so many of these actresses love acting. Annabella Sciorra loves acting, loved it, and she was robbed. She was an Oscar winner, and she was robbed.
Mira Sorvino.
Another
one he targeted to ruin, according to her allegation.
Yes, and Peter Jackson confirmed it. And one of the last big movies I worked on, the director was warned over and over not to work with me, that I was trouble.
That's what they do, is they just label you a troublemaker, and then they gaslight you into believing you're a lunatic, that you're nuts. Meanwhile, you're getting followed, in Rose's case, by Mossad agents who are undermining you and befriending you and trying to lead you to believe that they're there for you, but meanwhile, they're his spy. This actually happened. That happened. Listen, there's more to discuss after the break, including I really want to ask you about Georgina Chapman, Harvey's wife, who reemerged in an article suggesting she knew nothing about this. We're going to pick it up there right after the break.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.